Hi, and welcome to the Word of the Week. This week's word is retention. Now, for the month of July, our message of the month had been building a great organization. And we've talked about relationships, we've talked about results, we've talked about respect. And then retention, that kind of becomes hopefully the end result. You see, for any great relationship, so if we start like here at the martial arts school, it's very important that we have good student retention, that we keep students. For any business, that's important. You want to get new customers, but more importantly, you want to keep the customers you already have. So we need that for businesses. We need that in our lives, our personal lives, our relationships. Are you the kind of person that has long-lasting relationships, or are you the kind of person that has to have a new friend every few months because the people you used to hang out with don't want to hang out with you anymore? So from an organizational standpoint, retention is very, very critical. We want people to stay part of what we're doing. And then as a teacher, retention is an important thing because if my students are not retaining information, they're not going to feel like they're getting the results that they want to get, and then they're not going to want to stay around. So we want to really think about how can we better retain information? How can we better retain relationships? Now, the catch of this is retaining is very yin and yang. It's a perfect thing for me to talk about because it's neither good nor bad, really. The act of retention, it just means somebody or something is sticking around. The question is, are the right things sticking? Right? So in terms of our processing of information, sometimes we retain the wrong information. Right? Maybe we catch on something that somebody said and we stick to that, and things have changed and we don't want to let go. And this is very, very prevalent, particularly in my teaching process. As I evolve, as I gain new skill and knowledge, I maybe say, oh, well, we used to do it this way, but we're going to do it this way now. And other people, well, but you used to do it this way, and they don't want to let go of what they knew before. Right? You're never going to progress if you don't allow things to leave. All right, so you want to retain good stuff, and the stuff that you don't need, you need to let go and replace it. The same thing goes with our relationships, whether they're business relationships or whether they're personal relationships. Sometimes retaining or holding on to those things is not the best thing. It's like, hey, we can retain water. We need to retain water. It keeps us hydrated. But if you retain too much water, that's a bad medical condition. So when you think about your retention, are you keeping the people in your life, whether it be your business life or your personal life? Are you keeping the people that you want and need? Or are you holding on to the ones that are not really serving you? Right, so I would love every student to stay, but I know that there's some students that will probably be better served for themselves and for me if they weren't here. Simply because if they're not happy in the process, if they're not getting the things that they want or need out of their relationship with me, then they need to go to the place where they can get those needs met. Because if they stay here, they're going to be miserable, which is going to create negative energy in the classroom, which is going to then affect other people. It's the one bad apple kind of idea. So I want to retain people who want to be part of what we do. Right? If they don't, it's not that I want to push them away. I'm going to try as hard as I can to develop the right relationship, to help them get the right results, and to develop a level of respect with them. And it's out of respect with people to try and keep them in what we do. But if they don't want to be there, then they don't need to be there. Right? So we have to think about that keeping something is good, except for in the situations where it's not good. And this is the interesting part where you really have to kind of evaluate, and are these things meeting your needs? And whether it be information, whether it be people, whether it be activities, we have to think about, is this helping to promote our greater good? So I hope that you think about this, and when we think about the idea of retention, whether it be the information or whether it be our relationships, that you always view it through this simple filter. Is it helping to move you forward, or is it holding you back? Okay, I hope you enjoyed this week's lesson. I hope to see you next week.